In considering the contemporary cultural and political milieu, our descriptions of it now seem to emerge from us almost viscerally, as we commonly offer labels for its character in terms like decay, dissolution, bleakness, chaos, incoherence, disorder, rootlessness, unwinding. The import and the goals of our presiding late modern philosophy are revealing themselves in increasing clarity in their inhuman deformity and viciousness. It would be redundant for me, I think, to recite the proliferating social ills that now stagger the mind. We know, though, that innocence is available to the young only if they have guardians postured in constant martial vigilance. The proverbial phrase, those who call evil good and good evil, who take darkness for light and light for darkness, or every man did what was right in his own eyes, are no longer taken as declarations of woe, but as templates for how best to understand and describe human freedom. And persons' attainment of such opportunities for inversion is now understood as a principal purpose of state power. Now, I say these things not that we persist in lament, but to mention that our circumstance presents us an invitation and an opportunity for a long overdue reassessment of the foundations of social order, along with a consideration of whether the divinely governed and sustained nature of the cosmos might have some relevance to how we structure political society. For the fact of the matter is that we are now, I dare say, daily, being mercifully disabused of the misconception that the so-called secular order is benign and neutral. It is rather a diabolical death work. It has been a creedal aspect of contemporary public reason that the Christian faith must be subordinated to the requirements of the secular reason and scientific materialism that have asserted sovereignty over all public categories. Now, of course, this weak read of public reason has obscured its vulnerability. It has proceeded in parasitic reliance on the continuing private religious subscriptions of citizens under its sway in order to maintain an adequate moral and motivational substructure for community faith in law and the fundamental principles of social organization. This is something like the later life acknowledgement by Jürgen Habermas of the theoretical inadequacy of the solitary secular vision. But Habermas' solution to that problem cedes no public ground to the theological. He instead suggests encouraging religion's private flourishing as an instrumental supplement to the secular public project. Religionists are unlikely to miss the irony of Habermas inviting their contributions to rescue the very system that mandates their continuing marginalization. Christianity presents the revelation of He who created, comprehends, and defines the totality of existence. And as a result, it can only be proper that the political realm is shaped in and deferring to Christian wisdom. As a friend has put it, it belongs to the nature of Christianity to be established in the real world and officially recognized by the institutions that constitute and order the political community. Now, I'm glad for the recent ascendance of discussions in earnest on this point. I would just register one observation toward the conversation. To employ the law's levers in order to introduce a Christian influence upon its exercises, while I certainly welcome that sort of improvement for reasons stated, it's not sufficient to the day, nor is the day ready for it, to understate the point a bit. Instead, in coming to grips with our cultural condition of everywhere instantiated unbelief, a response suited to it will require first a radical understanding of our epochal deviance in mind and in practice, and an equally radical turning away from it. That is a prostrating metanoia, not an instrumental step in service of a political program, but a deep repentance as a necessity before God, and thus of value only insofar as it is not pursued instrumentally.